What's going on, everybody? It is Jeremy here to talk about this week's Final Order Cutoff for the indie comics. That is kind of, I guess I'd say it's a short one this week for me, for books I want to talk about, for new books. There's a good number of books on here that I am reading, and they're on their last issue, and they're on the Final Order Cutoff, so I'm not going to go into those. We only find them when they're dead. It's going on its last issue. Rhodey is going on its last issue, but we're not going to get into any more about those. So let's focus on some that are still ongoing and are on Final Order Cutoff this week. So first up from Image Comics, we've got Flawed number 4 of 6 from Chuck Brown and Prenzi doing the artwork. Higgs undergoes a horrific transformation. Detective Davis's world crumbles beneath his feet, and Jem faces the violent ghost of her past alongside the very real threat of Relic and Mr. Penny's combined forces. This I've read the first 2 issues. I haven't read 3 that just came out this last week yet. It is one of the next ones in my to-read list for the week, and I've been really enjoying this series, and I think what Chuck Brown is doing here with the writing of this story is fantastic. And if you haven't seen Prenzi's artwork before, this is a great showcase of that artwork. Going down to Boom Studios, we've got Damn Them All number 3 of 6 from Simon Spurrier and Charlie Adlard. Another one that I have not read the second issue, but I have read the first, and I absolutely loved it. Ellie, Dora, and Carlin are shocked to find what Theo, a wealthy member of the 500 Club, is planning to do with his collection of demons and their coinciding sigil coins. The clues soon lead to shocking implications for all of demonkind and their masters. While Ellie suspects Theo of having connections to Alfie and potentially his death, chaos unexpectedly ensues, building to a truly demonic confrontation. Damn Them All is just, yeah, like I said, I really like the first issue. It seems like it's going to go to some interesting places. This is 3 of 6, so this will be the halfway mark on the book. I love that all of these covers have this like similar theme in the artwork from Charlie Adlard. So that is one of the ones from Boom that I'm going to talk about today. The other one is Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 2 of 3. Jason Aaron, this one we've got Alexandra Tefunke doing the artwork, Mike Del Mundo doing a really cool cover A. Jason Aaron and Alexandra Tefunke's fable of a bleak future continues in Maseo and Mezi's childhood years with nothing but Mezi's guidebook and her skills as a wastelander to get them through their dangerous post-apocalyptic journey. As time passes and they endure the horrors of plastic tornadoes and frozen sludge, Maseo proves to be more than just a burden, and they make a connection where none seemed possible at first. But to their unexpected peril, they might not be as alone as they thought. I loved issue 1 on this one. It seems like it's going to be a beautiful world that, or maybe not the world. The world's kind of ugly and deadly. But the characters, Maseo and Mezi, I think that relationship that is being built is going to be beautiful and a very emotional story. These ones are coming out end of December. I think none say January. A couple say January. But first 3 have been December 28th. The next 2 are going to be into January. And the last one's even further into January. But can't wait to read this when it releases. Going down to the comics and graphics novel section, we're going to talk about one from Ablaze Publishing, Children of the Black Sun, from Dario Ciccio and Letizia Cardanici, artist of the hit series House of Slaughter. It is not difficult to be happy under a blue sky, but it takes a lot of courage to be strong, even under a black sun. Over the years, a black sun has risen twice. A dark dawn whose rays have done terrible things to people's minds, driving them to all sorts of horror. 12 years have passed since the last time the world still fears the return of that inexplicable phenomenon. But fear is not the only legacy of those terrible days. All the women who got pregnant under the influence of the black sun have given birth to babies with some peculiarities. White hair, ashy skin, abnormal proportions, and eyes as red as fire. the Children of the Black Sun. Brightvale is a small town like many others. Here, the Children of the Sun are treated with particular contempt, especially in the days leading up to the anniversary of the two disasters. The hatred of their fellow villagers, terrified of a possible return of that horror, will push these kids to unite and embark on a hallucinatory journey to discover themselves and their true nature. But is the Black Sun really about to return? Next up, one that I'm really looking forward to is one from AWA, Artists, Writers, and Artisans. Written by Daniel Kraus with art by Marco Lesko and Lacey. We've got Trojan, issue number 1 of 4. And I gotta say, the covers on this from Jeff DeCall are phenomenal. All of them. This is just issue 1 that we're showing here. But I've seen a couple of the other ones pop up in solicitations, and they're just so good. Once upon a time, we lived alongside legends, creatures of myth, centaurs, fauns, gorgons, kelpies, gnomes, and more. They were spectacular, majestic, powerful, peaceful, pure. In comparison, we were ugly, weak, warmongering, rotten. Is it any wonder we could not live alongside them any longer? After driving these legends to the fringes of society, an uglier form of mythos takes shape in the form of rumors of live snuff shows for dark web high rollers. When a mysterious young woman, Nessa, enlists the help of a hacker to take a tour of the grisliest corners of the dark web, she sets in motion a war between those who peddle mankind's darkest fantasies and a world that transcends imagination. Trojan is a fantasy thriller full of wonder and horror in equal measure. Whew! I don't know about you guys. That sounds like such a good story. I can't wait to see. This is one that I feel like is built to be like, this is gonna get adapted. This is going to be a fantastic movie of fantasy and horror and awesomeness. That's what I can see from this, just based off the description, some previews, things that I've seen of it. Just, you don't want to miss Trojan. I'm just going to leave it at that. Last one on my list is not one that I'm actually, at this time, I hadn't planned on picking up, but I might check it out. It caught my attention because it has Tim Seeley's name written right on it, and it's Tim Seeley's Lucky, written by Tim Seeley and Troy Dongara, with art by Troy Dongara and Billy Parker. Tim Seeley puts the spotlight on his quirky superheroine Lucky in this fortuitous all-new series. It's been a few years since the Super Beasts were a team, and their youngest member, Lucky, feels responsible for their demise. After all, the power to steal luck from everyone nearby, not ideally suited to a team. Down on her luck because she's stubbornly refusing to use her gift, Lucky inadvertently discovers a plot by an old nemesis to assassinate a former teammate. Now she must come to terms with her powers and learn to go solo. It's time to get lucky. This is coming from Keenspot Entertainment, who I've actually not ever read a book from Keenspot. Some of their titles are odd, but like it seems like they could be entertaining, if that makes sense. But this one caught my attention because Tim Seeley's name is on it, so it might be worth checking out. He does some great stuff. Hack Slash, West of Sundown, he was on recently. He's got a new one coming from Image next year that is gonna be phenomenal. So figure, why not throw this in since it is a late week on the Final Order Cutoff ordering. So that's it for me. That's probably the shortest one I've ever done before. But please let me know in the comments anything on the Final Order Cutoff or full Final Order Cutoff that you want to order this week. Make sure that you guarantee that you get. I would highly recommend these new ones, Trojan and Children of the Black Sun. And also the continuing ones that I talked about. So thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please go do that. Drop a like on the video. And as always, collect what you love. See you next time.